Are you ready to see more of Surf Inlet on Princess Royal Island in the heart of the Great Bear Rainforest? If so, come with us for this episode of Wilds and Water Sailing. Last week, we left off as we arrived at Port Belmont, the head of Surf Inlet on Princess Royal Island in the heart of the Great Bear Rainforest. So we just dinghied over to the bottom of the sheer falls and are going to fill up some water for our tanks.
Oh yeah. Looks smooth.
At the head of Surf Inlet lies the remnants of Port Belmont, a mine and community that operated until the Second World War. A concrete and steel spillover dam that was originally completed in 1916 still remains today. It was built in order to provide power for the residents and the industrial operations of the mine.
Oh. Looks so funny with nature all grown over it. It's cool. Whole little custom coach town here.
Above the dam lies a massive storage water reservoir known as Cougar Lake, linked at the north end to the larger Bear and Deer Lakes.
what those were.
Lady slippers.
No, they're like a foxglove.
Foxglove?
A foxglove. They're actually poisonous on the inside.
Foxglove is actually a famous medicinal plant, introduced to the northwest coast from Europe. It contains cardiac glycosides and is highly poisonous, affecting muscle tissue and circulation. Derived from the plant is the heart drug digitalis, used by people suffering from heart disease.
Yeah, it's really nice. Feels like summer
It does feel like summer.
for once.
Alright, ready?
Yeah, push
How's it look behind us?
Here, go that way.
Going. Are you ready?
Being anchored in just over 30 meters of water meant we had to put out nearly 100 meters of chain in order to have a 3-to-1 scope. Scope being the ratio of chain to water depth. After pulling 50 meters back up on our way out, we hit a bit of a speed bump and suddenly the windlass stopped.
Where you at?
50. Can you go forward a bit?
Forward?
Yeah.
Seem to be stuck in the rock.
Yeah, we are definitely stuck in the rocks. Are you still going forward a bit?
Let her drift back and try her again.
Okay.
You're at 50?
Yeah.
Go forward again.
Hold.
As it turns out, our anchor had gotten seriously stuck in some rock below. But after some gentle coaxing, and maybe a bit of pinning it, we were relieved to be pulling up the rest of the chain. We were missing a bit of galvanization, but for the most part all was intact, and it wasn't long before we were on our way again.
Got some fresh bread with cream cheese and apricot jam. We are tacking and snacking.
After enough tacks that we had stopped counting, we turned downwind and eased the sheets to head into the narrow entrance of Penn Harbor once again. The wind was super light through the passage and a bit finicky. At one point, when I went to release the vang, we had one very slow accidental jibe as the wind switched, which was a bit of an oops.
We dive.
We dived.
Sure.
Got it.
Accidental jibe aside, once we were in the harbor, it felt really satisfying to sail right onto the hook. We're in Penn Harbor, and it is absolutely a beautiful morning. As soon as the wind started rippling the glassy calm waters in Penn Harbor, we were out of there, with another full day of tacking ahead of us. We had decided our next stop was to be Chapel Inlet, a lengthy arm on the north side at the mouth of Surf Inlet. Another long and fun day of tacking, and by late afternoon we had almost arrived at Chapel Inlet, the next anchorage, and our fourth stop in Surf Inlet.
Just getting into Chapel Inlet and going all the way to the back to the head of the inlet and doing some bow watch. Gets pretty shallow up in here. So, yeah, and we're almost there. Tack, tack, tack the whole way. Well, we're here. We made it. And there's a bit of an estuary at the head of the inlet here, and lots of nice green grass for Muoi to run around. Had a really good sail here. It was a really, really nice day. Almost 30 degrees, finally. Summertime weather.
We woke up the next day to glorious sunshine and very, very hot weather.
Today is laundry day.
Yeah. Got the washing machine on the rinse cycle right now.
First saltwater rinse.
Yep.
Just hanging out.
Chapel Inlet ended up being a really nice spot, although it turned out that the mudflats didn't allow us to get to shore at anything except a high tide, and we hadn't really planned that right for our visit. The bay, however, was a great spot for watching river otters as they gorged themselves on clams in the shallows. The next day, without much wind in our sails, we began making our way slowly but surely towards Emily Carr Inlet Cove. By the time we arrived at Holgate Passage, we were out of wind, which actually worked out quite well, as it would be a pretty dicey spot to sail through unless conditions were perfect. So we fired up the old iron jenny and carefully maneuvered our way through a couple very narrow channels, watching for shoals and protruding rocks as we entered the anchorage.
You're good, you're good. Sailboat here.
A huge thank you and a big shout out to our first patron, Hong Win Race. Thanks so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, show your support by hitting subscribe. If you want to invest in the experience and support our creations, you can do so by becoming a patron. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.